Hello, my name is Carrie Jewell. I'm the director of 211, and I wanted to share with you some of the benefits that you have through our 211. First, if you go to the United Way of North Central Florida homepage, or any of the homepages for any of the United Ways which we serve, which are Heart of Florida United Way or United Way of Marion County, you would click on the homepage on 211, which is right here. That's going to take you to the 211 page. On this page, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about the call center, you can click on Larry Olness. He is our Vice President of Community Services, and there's a video there describing 211. We're open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we're staffed by highly trained multilingual operators. And we can provide information and resources to anyone who is living in your area, your service area, and they're interested in finding things like food, housing, utilities, elder care, clinics, homeless services. Pretty much anything you can think of that you wouldn't dial 911 for is probably appropriate for 211 when you're looking for health and human services. On the 211 page, if you scroll down, you can also see that there is a chat button here. If you'd like to dial 211, you can speak live with one of the 211 specialists. But if you click on the chat button, you can also chat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's a very easy to use software system, very intuitive. You just type in a question or a statement and the person responds to you. We also have an online searchable database, which you can find the link here. You click to that, and it'll take you to the online database. Now, we recommend the use of the online database for social workers and case managers primarily because there's a lot of benefit to calling 211 that you don't get through the website. So, for example, one of the things that we do is a mini assessment where we'll talk to you about what caused your need for social services. So if you're a community member and you were laid off 6 months ago and you share that that's the reason that you need electric bill assistance, then we're going to go a step further and try to assess that need and help connect you with the job resources and employment resources, not just for electric bill assistance. On the website, though, you can get access to this 24 hours, 7 days a week. And let's go down and we'll look at Gainesville as the city. And then from there, you can do a number of different search options. You can click on a category over here. Like, for example, we'll click on food/transportation. And that takes you in, and it shows you all of these that you can expand. So let's take a look at emergency food. And then you can see here you can find food pantries. So that kind of takes you through, navigates you through the system. And then you can see they're listed by proximity to Gainesville. So the Catholic Charities Food Pantry comes up, Gainesville Community Ministry. You can view a map, and you can click here and get more info on the service. You can get hours of operation. You can get other services provided at that location. So that's a great tool if you are a social worker or a case manager or direct service provider and you'd like to locate resources in the community for a client that you're working with. But we also would like to talk with you as well because our 211 specialists can bounce ideas off of you and you can bounce ideas off of them to see what would be the best resource for your client. So we also do consultation with case managers and direct care staff. Now if you go back to the search page, we still have Gainesville as the city, and here you can also type in a keyword. So we'll put in food and hit search. And then you can see here, this is similar to what we looked at before when we were searching the other way. So again, we go to food pantries, and then again, you get the same list of resources. So it's just different ways to access it depending on how the person prefers. And there's also a print page button, which is really nice, and a start over if you need that. So if you are looking for, like, say, all the food pantries that serve Gainesville, you could pull up this list and then hit print, and then you would have that list to take home with you or to give to a client. But again, calling 211, you get that added level of service. And then, of course, we can also collect demographic information to give back to the United Way of North Central Florida in order for them to be able to make better decisions about allocating their dollars, and we report out also to legislators and other people who can affect the resources available for the community. So then we're going to go ahead and close out of that, and I'm going to share with you now the, there we go, on the custom reports that you can request. So as an agency affiliated with United Way of North Central Florida, you have access to the 211 data. So you can simply click on there from the home page. And this is the 211 report request form. So you simply type in your agency name, your name and title, your email, the rest of your contact information, why it is you need the report. So it could be for a grant application, internal planning. It could be you've had a request from the media. Internal planning purposes, it might be that maybe you have 3 different sites and you wanted to know how many referrals were being made to each site to allocate your staffing, or any number of different decision-making processes you might have. You want to make sure you include the date of the report, so the time frame. Do you want it from the last year? Do you want it from the last month? Do you want a specific month? And then here, these are some canned reports, or reports that are easy to run. So do you want to know the number of callers referred to your agency, the number of callers that had children, the number of callers organized by zip code, etc. So there's a lot of information you can get that are relatively easy to run reports. Then we also have here a place where you can type in if you want customized reports. So this could be anything from we're trying to apply for a grant to expand our food pantry. We would like to know, not just for our agency, but in general for, say, Levy County, how many people called in requesting food over the last year. So it can kind of connect you with county-based services by request, not just for your agency, but also if you're trying to write a grant to expand services or place new services, it can be really vital in that respect as well. So those are the services that are new and improved for you to explore and utilize. And we're also going to have Mark Batchelor share with you here in a moment how to log in and update your agency listing. So I'm going to turn this over to him.
Thank you, Carrie. My portion is about updating your agency information in our 211 database, which is extremely important, mainly for 2 reasons. It helps us to maintain our standards, which require us to update our agency information once a year. But more importantly for you, when we have a more accurate listing of what resources you provide, then we can better provide referrals to your agency, saving you calls that you can't from people you can't help. So the first thing you're going to do when we do an update is your agency, your designated contact person, will receive an email from us. It's an automated email with a web link in it, which will contain a login and a password. You follow the link and you'll get this page that you see, 211 Community Resources for ReferNet, which is the database software we use. For purposes of the example, I'm going to use our agency information, but yours will be, like I said, specific to your email. So when you enter the information, it will take you to, oops, we don't want that. It will take you to your welcome screen. And if you're not the person that is designated on the screen, you just put the name of the person who is filling out this form, make sure your information is correct, and hit save. And it will take you to the page where you can choose your location. If you have a couple of locations for your agency, you just do the drop-down menu and you choose which one you want to review and update first. So we're going to review Heart of Florida United Way. And it takes you to this page here where you can look on your left hand of your screen how your listing looks to our information and referral staff. And then if there's something you want to change, say we wanted to make the main email address instead of Carrie Jewell, we'll change it to my email. So you hit the edit button, and all you have to do is put in the new information. If that's correct, you just hit Save, and you'll see that your change is reflected on the right hand of the screen. So it's fairly simple. We try to make it easy for everybody so that you don't have to dedicate too many resources to doing these changes. These blue bars at the bottom click out, so it's important to review each one to make sure that each section of your listing is updated. And you'll see, depending on what kind of programs you offer, what kind of locations you have, there will be different designations there. The next thing you want to do, if you're having questions, at the top of the page, there's a button for Contact Us. If you click on that, you just put your name and email of the person filling out the form and any message you want to send, basically any questions you have about the form, or if you want to add a program that you don't know how to add, you just put the message and hit the send button, and within 2 business days someone will get back to you and explain to you the process. Once your information is complete, say all you wanted to do was change your email, you would go to the bottom of the screen, hit Save Page, and that would save your changes. And of course it asks you yes or no. You choose yes if you're correct. And then if you have no more changes, if you just wanted to change one location or you only have one location, you hit Survey Complete at the top of the page, and that will send the information to our department in order for a review and then a change. Once the changes are made, usually within 1 or 2 business days, that change will automatically be reflected on the website that Carrie had just showed you for the online database. So all your changes are made instantaneously, so anybody calling will get the correct information right away.
If you have any questions or you'd like to speak with us further about customized reports or services that we can provide, you can contact us. And I'm going to go ahead and, didn't do this earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and create a document. Oh, give me a second. And I'll leave this up, and for those of you who know how to do this, you can control print screen, or this will give you an opportunity to copy down our correct contact information. So again, my name is Carrie Jewell, and I'm the director of 211. And my direct line is 407-849-2358. And my email is my name, carrie.jewell@hfuw.org. You also have Bob Guerrieri up there at United Way of North Central Florida that you can contact, and he is the local liaison, and you can contact him simply by calling the business office of United Way of North Central Florida, and he will be able to meet with you in person, and he can also answer a lot of questions directly. But again, I'm always available to you, so please feel free to call or email anytime. And thank you for your attendance.